Pune is in the process of building 7,000 units at Hadapsar and other places, in the hope that they would relocate households who were coming on DP reservations. None of those households want to move. So you're building houses and there are no people. In many other circumstances where you wanted to do redevelopment, people are not ready. So in the city of Pune, you had a very imaginative and creative municipal commissioner who, after discussing with me and other people, said, let me try this with 2,000 units. We then took it to the Ministry of Housing and Urban Poverty Alleviation, saying, include this in the possibilities of things that can be done. And because the ministry is acknowledging and being aware of this process, they are very supportive to these things, as is the government of Maharashtra. So the uniqueness of this process is that it starts off by creating conditions which help people believe that what works best for them is negotiated with certain principles of a sustainable dwelling, and that the city will do everything it can to make the option that works for people come first. So that's the element of what I call the in situ process. These settlements have quite a substantial number of houses which are built with brick and mortar and have a semblance of being what we call in India pakka. This particular process seeks to identify in a neighborhood all the houses that are pakka, of seemingly formal in construction materials, and identifying those that are not, and then targeting the subsidy to those houses. The value of doing this is threefold. One is that there is a natural selection of who is identified as needing the subsidy. So this way, by assisting those who have built houses out of tin and makeshift materials, we've identified those households who have no financial capability of doing this for themselves. So therefore the scheme of things and the real characteristic of this process is that the city acknowledges the formation of households that are there, and to the extent possible tries to give a 25 square meter house on the footprint that exists there, as far as possible. There will be some situations where the house is so small or the clusters are so small that you can't give them 269 square feet. So in those instances, these houses will be suggested that they build one on top of the other, and on each floor they get that. So that's the second concession. The third option that we are exploring in this formulation is where the entire household, all the households in the neighborhood are so small that you will have to break everything down. The densities are so high that you'll have to break everything down and then build ground plus 3. Now those are the options that we will only take if option 1 and option 2 don't work. The scheme also is very special and unique in that the entire procurement process was designed for the bidding to be done by an NGO, and the qualification was that the community and the local corporator had to give their consent.
प्रोजेक्ट सक्सेस करणे हे मला महत्त्वाचं आहे. त्या प्रोजेक्टमधून मगाशी सांगितलं की मला काय मिळालं, मला सन्मान मिळाला, मला क्रेडिट मिळणार.
And the NGO basically had to demonstrate that it had taken on construction before and had the capacity to get the consent of all these households. Mahila Milan was invited by these communities to work with them because of the houses that they built almost in 2000.
महिला मिलन बस्ती में गया, महिला मिलन उधर छोटी छोटी मीटिंग लेने लगा, तो पहले तो 5 घर हमने भाटनगर में बांधे थे ना, तो उनको बहुत अच्छा लगा, चलो बाबा 5 घर इनके बहुत अच्छे, तो अपन भी महिला मिलन से सब काम करके लें।
What we have tried to do in this process is to identify an architectural firm that is ready and willing to treat Mahila Milan and these neighborhoods as their clients.
See, these habitats have been built over a period of time and people have been living in the habitat. It is only when we come to city we require architects and architects want to, and all these complexities start. It is for us to now start looking at it, what is comfortable.
This is much easier said than done, because what you find is that the technical requirements and the government's procedures very quickly take over because of their specified norms and conditions. So what we've been able to do with this architectural firm of Prasanna Desai is that if he believes that what people say is useful and important, then he works with Mahila Milan and us to bring this contestation for a negotiation with the municipality. We must remember in this whole process that people are very fearful of exploring any change.
Nobody has a confidence. Corporation keep on promising, state is keep on talking about I'm giving you this, and people don't have the trust to believe that you're going to implement it.
Government has a right to change what it demands, but people don't have that right. So they're very fearful. So Jokin is like the Rock of Gibraltar. Every time he goes there, he says, I'm there. I will not let anything that doesn't work for you happen. It provides a sense of security to the households, not so that what they want will happen, but that when change is being negotiated, that their interests will be taken care of. The role that Jokin and NSTF play in this process is also very important, because very often there is a deadlock between the architect, Mahila Milan and the community. Because the municipality also has certain rules and restrictions.
आता जेवढ्या झोपडीचं आपण दुरुस्ती करणार किंवा नवीन करणार त्या प्रत्येकाची एक फाईल इंडिव्हिज्युअल असली पाहिजे, इंडिव्हिज्युअलचं अकाउंट असलं पाहिजे, प्लस त्याचा एक कॉन्ट्रॅक्टर.
We try and involve all these different levels into this. We've also found that the city of Bhubaneswar and Bangalore have come and seen these processes and said, maybe we'd like to try this. So as you interview me today, we are in the process of filling a tender for a similar process in Bhubaneswar. So these are small beginnings. The housing project will be for hundreds and thousands of structures. We will ultimately be involved in 2,000-3,000 structures. But the idea is to say, let's create space in procurement, in tendering, in design, in construction and financing for community-driven projects, so that we can reconstitute roles and functions to serve this purpose.